Would you spend $3.70 just to make 1 penny? No? Well, the U.S. government did, for years. Welcome to the podcast of money, where every dollar has a voice and every story helps you take control of your financial future. Today's episode is about more than coins. It's about the hidden costs we ignore, the habits we keep out of routine, and the small decisions that quietly drain our wealth. Because sometimes, it just doesn't make sense to make sense. Let's talk about it. Imagine a world where making a penny costs more than a penny. Sounds backward, right? But in 2024, the U.S. Treasury reported something shocking. It now costs 3.7 cents to make a single 1-cent coin. That's not a rounding error. That's a money-losing operation. And so, the decision was made to stop minting the penny. But this isn't just a coin story. It's a story about cost versus value, about habit versus logic, and most importantly, about how we, in our everyday lives, keep making financial decisions that no longer make sense. But we keep doing them anyway. Let's talk about what it really means when it doesn't make sense to make sense. The penny had a long run. It served a purpose. It helped kids learn to count, filled piggy banks, and sat next to the register in take a penny, leave a penny trays. But over time, its usefulness shrank while its cost grew. Yet we kept it around for tradition, convenience, and maybe a little bit of nostalgia. Now think about your finances. Are you holding on to habits just because they're familiar? Maybe it's a budget that doesn't reflect your current life, or a bank account from college that charges fees, or staying loyal to a service provider that's overcharging you because switching sounds annoying. The question is no longer, did this once make sense? It's, does it make sense anymore? Let's bring it down to ground level. Imagine you hear a squeak in your brakes. Annoying but not urgent, right? You push it off for a week, then another. The squeak becomes a screech, then a grind. Now it's not just brake pads, it's rotors, calipers, and a repair bill 4 times bigger than what it would have been. That's what we do with financial issues too. A $40 late fee we ignore turns into interest charges, overdrafts, and stress. A postponed dentist visit becomes a root canal. It's not just money, it's time, energy, and peace of mind we're burning. Now picture this. You see a little water stain on your ceiling. You think, it's probably nothing. That nothing becomes something when the next storm hits. That drip turns into a deluge. The fix that would have cost $200 now eats thousands. Leaks aren't just physical, they're financial. Subtle money leaks are everywhere. Auto-renewing subscriptions, monthly donations you forgot about, that extended warranty you've never used. They seem small until they accumulate. And most of the time, we don't even notice until the ceiling caves in. Let's talk about the lazy tax. That's what you pay when you don't take action on your money. You signed up for a fitness app 10 months ago. You haven't opened it in 6, but it still charges $9.99 a month. You don't use that streaming platform anymore, but there it is, $14.99. You were going to cancel after the trial. You just never got around to it. These aren't budgeting failures. They're decision delays. And they're costing you. The lazy tax is sneaky. It doesn't hurt all at once. But over time, it erodes your wealth the way pennies used to fall out of your pocket and vanish. We like to think being frugal means clipping coupons or skipping the $5 latte. But being smart with money means knowing what's actually costing you. Like driving 10 miles to save $2 on gas, while ignoring the $120 you overspent on unused subscriptions this month. Or buying cheap shoes that wear out quickly instead of one good pair that lasts. It's not just about spending less, it's about spending better. Sometimes we focus so hard on the pennies that we miss the dollars quietly slipping away. Most people don't actually know what their penny is. You can't fix what you don't measure. So here's your first step. Look at your last 60 days of transactions. Highlight everything you didn't need or didn't use. Add it up. That number? That's your mint. That's what you've been producing at a loss. It's not about guilt. It's about awareness. Once you see it, you can stop it. That's when your mindset begins to shift from spender to steward. The U.S. Treasury didn't stop minting pennies in a single moment. It took decades of cost reviews, impact studies, and cultural pushback, but the truth finally outweighed the tradition. That's what we're doing too, deciding when to let go. Whether it's canceling a membership, renegotiating a bill, or cutting a useless expense, it's not failure, it's wisdom. The most powerful financial move you can make sometimes isn't earning more. It's plugging the silent leaks in the boat you already have. If your financial life feels stuck, bloated, or off course, ask yourself, what are my pennies? What am I producing, supporting, or subscribing to? Out of habit, not value. When it doesn't make sense to make sense, it's time to let go. And that small step, that's the first brick in building real wealth. If this resonated with you, share it with someone else stuck minting their own money-losing habits. Hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment. What's one penny you're ready to let go of today? You're watching the podcast of money, where every dollar has a voice and every choice shapes your future.